Just like the rest of the country, Boise has gotten its share of snow. Unlike most of the country, the Broncos tonight have fans in the building for a huge game in the Mountain West, Utah State and Boise State. Thanks, Mike. We've got cheerleaders, we've got a band, and we've got fans in the seats for an enormous game in the Mountain West. Utah State and Boise State, a rematch of Wednesday when Boise State on a late run beat Utah State. Here are the stakes tonight. Boise State atop the Mountain West. Colorado State, Utah State, San Diego State all have shots at the title and NCAA tournament aspirations. Rich Waltz, Viking Jones, partner, they called it the biggest game of the year on Wednesday. The stakes feel like they're even higher tonight.
Yeah, like you said, Rich, both teams are trying to win their conference, and they're both trying to get to the NCAA tournament. A win tonight brings them a step closer to both of those goals.
Starting lineups, moments before tip. Of note for Utah State, Raleigh Wooster, their freshman point guard, is in a boot and not available tonight. So Stephen Ashworth gets his second straight start. For Boise State, Derek Alston was super in game one. He went for 26, but some big shots by Ray J. Dennis and Marcus Shaver were the difference down the stretch. Craig Smith, in his second year, went all the way and won his second straight Mountain West Conference tournament. This his third year. Can he get to the NCAAs in 3 straight years? Leon Rice, now the winningest coach in Boise State history. He's been to the NCAA tournament twice. He has his best team in some years. And they collide again tonight. It was an intense back and forth show on Wednesday nights. What's the tempo going to look like on this one?
I think for Utah State, they want to slow things down a little bit. They allowed Boise State 79 points in the first game. I think they want to get Boise more in the 60s to give themselves a chance to win. And for Boise State, they want to do exactly what they did in game one, score points, get the ball to Derek Alston, and let him go to work.
The man in the middle for Utah State, Neemias Queta, went for 32 and 10 on Wednesday.
He looked like a man among boys, Rich.
And the first possession to Utah State. This is Ashworth, and Craig Smith wants to get him going early. He did not score. Neither did Miller much at all. Lob pass, Queta, catch and bucket, just like that.
Yeah, for Milan Armush, he's going to have to do a better job of battling underneath. That was too easy on the high-low, allowing Queta the 2.
Alston calling for it. That's a mismatch against Miller. Backing in, Queta comes to help. Dennis hit 2 big threes late, starting and stopping, spinning, and losing the ball to Bean. Ashworth is just a freshman. Wooster, who's out, is just a freshman, but both of those guys have played quite well on a team that is 11-3 in conference.
Yeah, like you said before, Rich, Ashworth needs to get a good start filling in for Worcester.
And a turnover.
Now right here, you see what Coach Smith is trying to do off the top. He's going back to his big man who had 32 points in game one. He's going to look to keep feeding the big fella.
Alston was hot in the first half, and he misses that shot. You know, Leon Rice is okay with Queta having another big night, as long as the guards don't shoot the 3.
Yeah, and that's tough because, you know, you want to keep your bigs, you want to give them some confidence. And right now, when they're getting whooped down there in the post, it's hard to keep Armush and Milner off the bench to keep those guys confident.
That was Bean. This is Shaver. Key jab and Alston out there. Armush with a screen and another turnover. Bean swipes it away. Up the floor is Ashworth. Feeds Bean. That's another bucket. And the bigs for Utah State are running the floor and off to a 6-0 start.
And you don't, Boise State doesn't usually turn the ball over at that rate, and so it's unusual for them to turn the ball over back-to-back possessions.
Key jab. A kick. Shaver straight on 3, and Bean sucks up the rebound. Anthony driving. Brock Miller had just 2 points on Wednesday night. Stephen Ashworth had just 3. Keita lost the ball. Miller got it back. Shot clock is down. Miller says, I'll take the 3. I'll hit the 3. Wow. How about this for an answer? Right out of the chute, Utah State, who lost a close one on Wednesday, has streaked to a 9-0 start here in Boise. Brock Miller in trouble. No problem. He's got distance. 9-0 Utah State. Series history between these two schools. Now remember, they met 48 hours ago, and Boise State won that, and they've won 5 of the last 6 have the Broncos. But Utah State has come out, dominated in low, got a deep 3 from Brock Miller, and built a 9-0 start. Yeah,
Utah State has done a great job capitalizing on the Boise State turnovers for buckets. And you see Brock Miller get a 3 off. He was 0 for 5 in game 1.
Alston gets that one to drop. He had 26, including 3 from deep. And it's 9-2. Anthony, the transfer from Virginia. They feed Keita. Armish all by himself. Someone got a piece, and Keita got the rebound in the putback. It's 11-2.
You see the adjustment that Boise State is making right there. They're sending a guard to go dig on the post. Not a double, but a dig on the post from the guards.
Ray J. Dennis hit some big shots down the stretch, and that's an enormous shot to open this game. His 2 threes late were key, and he was 3 for his last 21 before he hit those shots. Bean with the left hand. That's a foul in a bucket.
Yeah, you see Utah State's coming out the aggressor right now to start the game. Really looking to attack the rim right here. Gets contact, finishes with the left hand. Is Bean.
He is the energy guy. He's the energy guy in this conference. Kijab will sit down. That's his first personal, and Bean hits the free throw.
Right now, Boise's kind of out of sync right now. You want to get Shaver or Alston Jr. going right now. They're leading scorers.
Pick, roll, dunk. That's textbook.
Alston puts it exactly where he needs to for Armish to get the dunk.
Anthony a 3. Got it. He does a little bit of everything. He was on that national championship team in Virginia. Didn't get a lot of minutes, but boy, has he blossomed here as a junior. Keita is lurking in the lane. Anytime anyone ventures there, it's a reach and a foul. I don't know if he was shooting. And it's Anthony with the reach. We'll take a timeout. Little pick, little roll. That was easy. Wyking Jones, Neemias Keita is a dominant force.
One of the best in the conference. You see him protecting the rim, which is something that he does night in, night out. But what he also did in game 1 was score 32 points, career high. I counted 6 dunks. He looked like a man among boys down there in the paint.
He was injured last year. He played in just 20 games, coming off that knee injury that he had in international play. And this year, his body's different. He is much more mobile, sliding side to side, much more athletic, much more of a complete player.
Yeah, he put in the work during the summer, according to Coach Smith, and you're starting to see that work pay off.
Inbound play, that's nicely done and executed by the Broncos. Leon Rice out of the timeout with a baseline out-of-bound bucket. And the lead is 8. Keita doesn't shoot the 3 much. Bean will. Anthony and Miller have hit 3s, and Anthony getting to the rim. Armish cleans it up. Emmanuel Acott is in the game. This is Acott with the ball. He does a lot of things for Boise State.
Yeah, he does. He's a great glue guy for them.
Ooh, Alston going high. Bean and Keita were there to protect the rim.
See a screen, you see a box set, you see a screen. Brock Miller gets caught up, and then you see Alston attacking the rim, taking it at the big fella, drawing the foul.
No layups as Alston will stand in. He'll get 2. Again, the curious thing about this matchup, Keita went for 32 and had 10 rebounds, and for Leon Rice, he was okay with that. He did not want the guards, Miller and Ashworth, or even Anthony, to get going from 3.
And they did a really good job defending the 3. Utah State was 3 for 16, only shot 18% in game 1. But they're getting off to a really good start right now. They're 2 for 2 from 3 early in the game.
And you can see the 3-point shooting. Utah State has hit both of their 3s. And that's the question. If Keita goes for 32, can Boise State beat him again? Bean misses. Keita rebound, put back, bucket.
He's the biggest man on the court. When that shot goes up, you gotta find him, put a body. You cannot let him get that putback. At 7 feet, really, really athletic and long.
That's a nice drop step and a nice finish with a left hand by Armish.
And that's a great play by Coach Rice to go at Keita, try to get him into foul trouble. Really good finish by Armish.
2 of the top teams in the Mountain West, 2 teams that are in position to get to the NCAA tournament. They can take care of business tonight, next week, and in the Mountain West tournament in Las Vegas. Ashworth driving, kicking. Keita, a rare jumper, and he missed it. Shaver. Broncos are a pretty good shooting team, 35% from distance. That's a turnover. The bigs down low having a nice night.
Yeah, you see Keita, like I said before, you got to put a body on him. He's too big, too athletic to not put a body when that shot goes up. You got to go find him. Great putback.
Nobody, as you see Max Rice has checked in, has out-rebounded Utah State this year. None of their opponents have out-rebounded them. They are terrific. They're almost plus 11 on the season. Anthony driving. Armish tipped it right into Keita's hands, and a walk. Boise State gets it back.
And to your point, Rich, when you have a guy named Keita rebounding along with Bean, it's tough to be out-rebounded. But right here, you see deep position by Armish. Ray J. Dennis finds him deep in the post. It's a great left-handed finish with contact.
Armish is not spectacular, but he's really solid.
He's exactly what this team needs. He's a great glue guy. He does all the dirty work.
Well, he's doing some now. Keita with the block. Armish got it back. Clock was reset. Dutrieve is in. He didn't play the other night. Corner 3, Alston got it.
And you got to give credit to Armish for keeping that play alive, kicking out after an offensive rebound. They find Alston in the corner for 3.
And Boise State seems to have their footing now. Sean Bairstow in for Utah State. Armish with a rebound off the miss. Acott. Boy, Alston was ready to trigger another 3. Remember, he's 6'9". Anthony has the loose ball. Anthony rolling hook for the buckets.
And right there, you see Utah State really look to attack in transition. That's what Boise usually does to everyone else. You see them doing a great job being aggressive in transition.
Acott, Rice, Alston, Armish, and Dutrieve on the floor right now for Boise. This is Dutrieve probing. And a moving screen and a foul on Armish. Marco Anthony, Mr. Outside, and he'll hurt you inside. 5-point Utah State lead. Derek Alston, his last 2 games, he's gone for 27 and 26.
Yeah, you got to give Armish a lot of credit right here. He was the one who got the offensive rebound to create for this play. Found Derek Alston Jr. wide open in the corner for a knockdown 3.
All right, where does he stand in the Mountain West? Pretty tall, actually. I mean, you look at his points, his scoring. The thing that's really impressive, I think, is the way he has shot the ball, especially from distance. 43% from beyond the arc.
Yeah, I really like Derek Alston Jr.'s story. The fact that he redshirted as a freshman, came into the program at 148 pounds. You know, did not play his first year, and you just saw him get better and better throughout the year, and now he's one of the top players in the conference.
Leon Rice has Alston on the bench. Acott out there with Rice, Dutrieve, and Lucas Milner is in there. He had some good minutes. Trevin Dorius is off the bench for Utah State, so the reserve bigs are in right now. Alfonso Anderson out there as well, along with Bairstow. Anthony comes for the ball. Against Dutrieve. Missed it. And a shot clock violation. It did not hit the rim. And so the Broncos will get the basketball. If you're just joining us, this is an enormous game in the Mountain West Conference. They played on Wednesday, and Boise State came back against Craig Smith's team, made some plays down the stretch, and won that game. 48 hours later, the stakes are even higher, and here they are again. Quick start by Utah State. They were off to a 9-0 start in this one. Acott around a screen. There's Milner, blocked at the rim by Dorius.
That is a great recover by Dorius to get that block after covering the screen and roll.
Anderson hard. Dorius misses. Anderson puts it up. Missed it. Got it back. Again. Missed it. Milner with the rebound. This is Rice. He had a huge 3 late in the second half on Wednesday off a Marcus Shaver steal. Retrieve, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line.
That's a great drive by Dutrieve. Drawing contact, saw the lane, looked to attack, and I'm sure Coach Rice is happy to have him back in the lineup, back on the floor tonight. Did not play in the first game.
There are injuries that, you know, sometimes you hear them and you kind of cringe. Well, Dutrieve missed Wednesday night due to an extreme dental injury.
Yeah, you don't know what that exactly means, but yeah, it sounds painful to me too.
I was going to say it means pain, but it's great to see him back here. He's part of this Boise State squad. Down by 4. Bairstow up the floor. Again, Raleigh Wooster not available. He's in a boot on the bench. Bairstow stumbling around. Screen from Dorius. Bairstow lost the handle and throws it away.
And that is where Acott really helps this team with his defensive presence and feel.
Rice, a floater, hits it. And he is the son of Leon Rice, and a nice contributor off the bench this year.
He's done a really good job coming off the bench and giving them something. Seems like he always comes in the game and hits a shot or does something to really help them.
Broncos are within 2. Dorius, the catch. Oh my goodness, Lucas Milner with a rejection. No look pass. Milner the catch in the bucket. What a sequence for the junior. Acott found him. Milner, who wasn't playing much at all until a week ago, had 6 points in big minutes on Wednesday. A block and a bucket, and it's 21 apiece.
That's just getting it done on both ends of the floor. The big fella does a great job with the block, but then also runs the floor and beats his man down the court. Acott does a great job of setting him up for that layup, and that is just that's just phenomenal. That's what you want from your bigs. And then you see Max Rice finding a seam, going into the lane with the floater. And like I said, Rich, he always finds a way to get something done when he comes into the game.
Rice last year, as a freshman, had some big moments in some big games. The BYU game, the Utah State game, that huge comeback. The Pacific game, and his 3, as I noted, was key late on Wednesday night. Just a solid glue guy.
Now you see Boise State picking up full court, trying to make Stephen Ashworth earn it a little bit.
Utah State has gone 3 minutes without a point. Anthony, Keita's back in the game. Bean misses the 3. Milner tips it. Shaver runs it down. Trapped in the corner.
It's interesting. You see Acot's running the point. And Coach Smith talked about that, talked about his versatility.
Missed the shot. Keita with the rebound. He's got 5 rebounds and 6 points and a couple of blocks. Anthony step back. 3 on the way. Not a bad screen there as Acot sent Bean sprawling out of bounds in a transition bucket. Dutrieve. This is a 12-2 run right now for Boise State. First lead of the game for the Broncos. Keita steps through, and with a left hand, Keita drops it in.
And Boise State, they're going to have to make a decision if they're going to continue to let him play one-on-one in the post. It's a tall task for anybody in the country. And
well, if Wednesday is any indication, they will, as long as they shut those guards down. They don't mind if he goes for 25. Milner, left hand. Tell you what, this guy has played some huge minutes these last 2 games.
Yeah, he's really giving them something off the bench. He's showing them that he can play with the big boys. He hasn't been getting a ton of minutes as of late, but he's really been showing up these last 2 games.
Leaning on Keita. Miller pulls up. He is an outstanding shooter and a much more complete player this year for Utah State. 25 apiece. Dutrieve. There's a roadblock named Keita right in the middle of the road. Shaver. Rare break in transition. Keita, catch, gathers, and he's fouled. Broncos were down 9-0 and have raced back all even at 25. Enormous game in the Mountain West with Boise State and Utah State 25 apiece. Rich Waltz along with Wyking Jones. Utah State raced to a 9-0 start, but Boise State has tied it at 25. And here's why this game is so important. Wednesday night they met, and Boise State with a late surge beat Utah State. 4 teams in the Mountain West feel they are NCAA worthy. Obviously a week and a half left of the regular season and the Mountain West tournament coming up. Wyking Jones, this has been a fun game so far tonight, and it has all the intensity that Wednesday's had.
It's been a great game, and you can see the sense of urgency from both teams battling on both ends of the floor. You can see that this game means something. It's a little bit more, has a little bit more relevance than the other games that they've played so far this season as they head towards the finish line.
Aggies and Broncos and fans, yes. There are about 900 fans here inside ExtraMile Arena to watch this ball game. And Leon Rice and Boise State certainly responded to that on Wednesday. So now, if you're Boise State, you've reeled Utah State back in at 25 apiece. One of the subplots of this game is Neemias Queta, who was dominant on Wednesday. 32 points and 10 rebounds. And Leon Rice, the Boise State head coach, did not double him. And so tonight, it doesn't look like they're doubling him either, and that's okay, because if Boise State figures that they can shut down the Utah State guards, Queta can do any damage he wants, but they think they'll still win the game.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't know how I feel about that. Just letting him dominate the paint. He already has 8 points with 7 minutes left in the half. So
That's a good look there for that Boise State fan. You know, Sunday on Fox, NASCAR Cup Series returns to Daytona as Chase Elliott looks to defend his win at the 14-turn road course. All the action starts Sunday at 3 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Boise State comes in at 17-4, and their win over Utah State on Wednesday has put them in a lot of different brackets as far as the NCAA tournament model. Utah State has been in some of those models as well. And of course, San Diego State and Colorado State feel they are tournament worthy.
Yeah, I really feel like both of these teams should be in the NCAA tournament. Both of these teams have depth. They're veteran, and they have two guys with Derek Alston Jr. and Amish Keita that are pros. And so I think that both these teams deserve to be in the NCAA tournament this year.
Alston had a great first half. 18 of his 26 points in the first half on Wednesday night. He is a really fun player to watch. 6'9", got springs, got speed, and a great shooting touch. He's a scorer. And of course, Keita, who plays for Craig Smith. Last year, Keita, and the year before, led Utah State to a couple of Mountain West championships. That's a charge and no bucket. Justin Bean trying to get inside.
You got to give Abu Kijab a lot of credit right there, sacrificing his body. Felt like maybe Bean had a clear path to get to the rim, and right here you see Kijab step up and take it in the chest. Something that's not easy to do.
That's foul number 2 on Justin Bean, who provides a lot of rebounding, especially offensive rebounding for Utah State. He comes out. Alfonso Anderson comes in. In the Mountain West, along with Wyking Jones, Rich Waltz, this is a huge, huge game coming off of Wednesday and Boise State's win over Utah State. NCAA tournament implications, conference tournament seeding, and regular season championship. All of that on the line here tonight as we get into the last 2 weeks of the regular season.
One thing that I'm seeing that Coach Rice is doing is he's really looking to post up his bigs and make Keita guard. Make him work on both ends of the floor.
You see the three-point shooting. Keita, they feed the post. 8 points, 5 rebounds already. Kicks to Miller. He's got that type of range, but he misses. And Armish with his 4th rebound for Boise State.
And right there, Max Rice does a great job of digging in the post, but at the same time getting back to Miller to contest the 3.
Dennis on a bump, and it looks like an offensive foul. And it is.
So Boise is sending the guards, sending their guards. Whoever feeds the post, they're sending that guard to go dig in the post to give some semblance of a double team.
Keita out high. He can handle. He's an excellent passer for a big man. Steal. It's Rice with Dennis, who has it and misses. Tip won't go. Keita cleans it up. And here comes Utah State. Ashworth fouled by Rice. Utah State is one of the best rebounding teams in the country. Almost plus 11. And Boise State's not bad as well.
Yeah, with Amish Keita in the post and Justin Bean at the power forward, and Marco Anthony, who's also a really good rebounder. Those 3 guys do a great job on the glass.
Max Rice with the foul, his first personal, 5th team foul. Anthony missing. Armish already with 5 rebounds to go with his 4 points. Alston back in and hunting a 3. But that's you like that matchup there. If you're Alston, he misses the 3. Armish had the rebound, and he's fouled by Sean Bairstow.
And Armish does a great job of keeping the ball alive. He's attacking the offensive glass. In the first half of game 1, he had 6 points and 8 rebounds. Before he got into foul trouble, he was playing great basketball. And right there, you see that toughness.
His nickname with his teammates is the Beast. They're the guys that do the dirty work in the Mountain West. Armish, he's got a high ceiling. They think he's just scratching the surface. Alston rises for 3, and it rattles out. Armish another rebound. The cutter, Alston, falling away.
We talk about Keita's ability to pass the ball. Armish is a really good passer as well, as he's shown in this first half.
There's the double. Keita over it. And he's into double digits now. He's 10 and 6 in this game.
And that's just a great play. This shows tremendous touch from a 7-footer. See if we get that jump hook off all net.
Key jab left open. Key jab makes him pay.
Great find by Derek Alston Jr.
Ashworth, an important part tonight. Again, Raleigh Wooster, the freshman point guard, the starter, is out. His right foot is in a boot. Alston, that means Ashworth, another freshman, is getting the start.
Ashworth was solid in game 1 with 6 assists.
Keita swats it away. Shot clock did not reset. Foul. Rice launches. And it's an offensive foul. No, it's a block on Bairstow.
Right there, you just see, I mean, that's next level skill. And then you see Key job hit the 3, and then you see the big fella finish it up and clean it up with the block.
$16 fouls on Utah State, 5 on Boise State. Approaching the 4-minute mark. Dorius with a steal. Max Shulga in right now for Utah State. Miller, Alston chasing him around. This good defense by Boise State, but Anderson hits a fall away from 12 feet.
Anderson comes off the bench. He's a nice piece for them. Veteran, blue guy.
Boise State guards hit some big shots late on Wednesday night. Dutrieve misses. Armish off his fingertips. 31-28. Utah State up in the Mountain West. Tomorrow it's a Fox College Hoops blockbuster. Number 10 Villanova takes on UConn in the Big East, followed by number 5 Illinois taking on Minnesota. It all tips at 12:30 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app. That's a blockbuster, Viking Jones. And stick around for halftime. Mike Hill, Steve Lavin take a closer look at a hot UConn team and their matchup against number 10 Villanova, part of a college basketball triple header tomorrow on Fox. And there, the Big East standings. UConn has improved to 7-5. Villanova still sits on top at 8-2. We are in the Mountain West here tonight. Two of the top teams. There are 4 really good teams in this conference. And they met on Wednesday, did Boise State and Utah State. Boise State won at home. But Utah State would love a split. Ooh, Miller goes down. Dorius held the ball and is going to burn a timeout, which is going to leave Utah State with just 2 left. 3 minutes left in the first half.
It feels like he has to take that timeout. You don't want to waste a possession, but that's tough.
We have a timeout left, and we're taking it right now. 31-28. That was a short timeout by us as the Aggies have a 3-point lead. All right, Wyking, you've seen 17 minutes of this ball game. Any trends or anything stand out to you?
Well, I can see that for Utah State, they're getting more contribution from more guys. It's not just the Neemias Queta show tonight. They're getting a lot more contributions from other guys, and they are the aggressor tonight. You can see them looking to attack on the offensive end in transition, as well as playing solid defense.
Queta tonight, 10.6 rebounds. Anderson feeds Dorius. Clock is down. Ashworth, shot clock violation coming out of the timeout, and that'll frustrate a head coach.
Yeah, that's great defense, and you got to give Armish a lot of credit. Dorius tried to back him down, and he could not move him. He's like a wall right there on defense, and so you got to give him a lot of credit. They weren't able to get a shot off, in big part by his tremendous post defense.
Well, Adnan Armish has had some really nice moments in this game. 4 points, 5 rebounds, and plenty of good defense, as you pointed out. Alston driving, rising, and missing. Miller has the rebound. Final 2.5 minutes, first half. Armish picks up the loose ball. Queta's back in.
Yeah, those are plays that hurt you when you're up by 3 points and you turn the ball over. You don't get a shot off, and then you turn the ball over in the very next possession. Those hurt.
Alston rolling hook, tipped away. A 2.5 minute drought by Boise State, and that's a wedgie. And the possession arrow goes the other way.
So that's, you're up 3 points against a very good team on their home court, and you have 3 wasted possessions.
I saw Leon Rice. Now he's only down 3, but Boise State has hit just 1 of their last 11 shots. This is Acott. It's 1 of 12.
Right here, Derek Alston doing what he does, hot from 3, continuing what he did on first night on Wednesday when he had 26 points.
Alston got him started certainly in that first half, and the guards hit big shots late to secure that win for Boise State. Miller, somebody ran through Queta, and Armish is going to get the foul. Here's another look.
Queta did a really good job of selling that. I don't think Armish hit him that hard to make him fall to the ground like that. He did a really good job of selling it.
That's one thing that Craig Smith told us today about Queta that not a lot of people realize, is that high basketball IQ. He has an incredible feel for the game. Smith told us he only has to tell Queta once when it comes to X's and O's. Miller short on that one-hander. Got the rebound, though. And he hits that one. And a big bucket for Utah State stretches the lead to 5.
And to your point, Rich, and that's why he's so efficient out there on both ends.
There's that drought we talked about. Acott in the lane. Shaver, who is a scorer, gets to the rim and scores.
Saw an opportunity, and you could see right there, Queta was smart. He didn't even try to block the shot because he knows that they need him out there. He cannot afford to pick up another foul.
Mike Hill and Steve Lavin coming up at halftime. Queta with the catch, gets inside, gets up and in. And Neemias Queta with 12 points to go with 6 rebounds and a couple of blocks. Lead back to 5. Alston off a screen. He has not been sharp with the shooting tonight. He's just 3 of 11 from the field.
Yeah, but he can score in bunches, and so 3 for 11, but he can erupt for another 20 points at half, and so.
Final seconds, first half. Shot clock is off. Ashworth against Shaver, finds Queta. 4 seconds left. Queta backing in, falling away. Got it! Namish Keita, and Utah State with a flourish. Keita 14 in the first half to go with 6 rebounds and a sweet fall away to beat the clock. And Utah State looking for revenge, looking for a bounce back win. We bid adieu to FS2. On to halftime. Mike Hill and Steve Lavin will get it soon. Right now, 37-30 in the Mountain West. Utah State on top. Unofficial mascot of this Bronco basketball team, that is Stella, the dog that belongs to Leon Rice. Always at shoot around, always at practice, and in cardboard here tonight. And tonight, Stella's master is going to have to do some Xing and O'ing because Boise State is down by 7. And here's what he's got to deal with. Letting Keita go for 32 and not doubling him in game 1 worked quite well because they defended the guards and nobody else really scored. Yes. That's not happening tonight, White King. So where's the adjustment?
Well, you got to pick one or the other. And I would say that, you know, the way that he's scoring 7 for 10 from the field and he's making it look so easy. First of all, his bigs have to do a great job of just making him catch it off the block, not so deep. And then I would say that they need to go double him.
And of course, Craig Smith and Utah State, they lost on Wednesday. But if they win this game, this is a quad 1 win if you're on the road and you're Utah State. And certainly that looks great on a resume headed towards March. First possession, Utah State. Brock Miller looking for Keita against Armish. Kick, Ashworth, 3, no. And Armish, who's had a really solid night, has rebound number 6. Holston's not shot it well. He's 3 from 11 from the field.
Yeah, but like I said before, Rich, he could get hot right away.
Key jab.
And they need key jab to get going. Right now, they're relying on Austin to try to knock down shots, and no one else is really scoring. And so they need someone else to step up and help Derek Austin in scoring.
Ashworth knows that if he just gets it up there, Keita will clean it up. And he did. He gets a rebound and a bucket there, and he's approaching a double-double. 16 points, 7 rebounds. Alston around a screen. Armish, surprised by the pass, stumbles into the block. And Utah State with the ball in a 7-point lead. Again, Raleigh Wooster, freshman point guard, out. His foot's in a boot. Ashworth's been running the team and doing quite well. Anthony gets to the rim. Keita, tip.
You would think that after his 3rd offensive rebound that someone would put a body, would go out of their way to find him and put a body and not let him get a putback so easily.
The lead stretches to 9. Hijab gets in and scores. Transition, Anthony. Yes, he has 7. Back to a 9-point lead. Kijab cut off, falling away, buckets. 9 for Abu Kijab.
That's a really good pull-up by Kijab. To see him being a lot more aggressive offensively.
Keita, 9 of 12, 18 points at the rim.
Right here you see Ashworth get to the rim, and nobody puts a body on the biggest and most athletic guy in the gym. He gets the offensive rebound and put back, and then again, nobody. Should have been blocked out by Derek Austin. And then you see Kijab with a nice step back.
Goaltending call, that bucket counted. It's 45-36. Pick and roll. Armish dropped it. Alston steps back. Ball fake. 3 on the way. Got it. Boy, is that pretty.
You just see how smooth he is. Gathered himself, lined it up, and knocked it down.
Miller around the screen. Broncos have defended the 3 quite well in this series. Double comes. Keita, that's a palm and a turnover.
Right here on the kick out, you see the ball fake. He did a great job of selling it. And then you see the bench react. to their best player knock one down.
With COVID protocols, there's a lot more room to celebrate on benches. You can be a lot more creative.
Been seeing that a lot.
Armish against Queta. Going at him. Left hand hook. That's nice. Boy, this big guy, again, he's not spectacular, but he's really, really solid.
He's gotten so much better from the start of the season, especially from an offensive standpoint.
Queta for Miller off a screen. That's a moving screen. You can do the dribble handoff, but you can't turn in.
Okay, he takes his time. Armish does a great job. Bodies, freezes the defender. And then that left-hand jump hook, that's tough. That's a tough shot. You gotta have a tremendous amount of touch to get that shot off over the 7-footer.
That foul on Queta is his first personal. And that's a carry.
So we talked about it, Rich, and what you're starting to see now is when Queta puts the ball on the floor for his first dribble, they're sending that double team now. So they've made that adjustment at half to go double him after he puts the ball on the floor for the first dribble.
Ashworth. Ashworth. Miller. And here comes Boise State. Alston is good in transition. It's a 4-point game. Shaver probes. Oh, nice look. He finds Kijab, who's having a terrific second half.
He's really come out and being super aggressive to score, giving them a lift.
There's about 900 fans in here. The Boise State band, cheerleaders as well. Ashworth crossing over, lobbing for Queta. There's the catch. And he lost it. Armish. Alston steps through, scores! And Queta was there. 45 apiece. Timeout, Utah State. Big lead, gone. Derek Alston Jr. We've been selling Queta and Alston all night, and here they come right at you.
Yeah, you see Derek Alston Jr. attack the rim. He doesn't care that the big fella's there. He knows he can get that off with the sweet finger roll at the rim. We're all tied up at 45.
And here's what's at stake here. The resume, the NCAA tournament resume for Utah State. They are the first team out, according to Mike DeCourcy. But obviously they win this game, they're probably going to be either in or the first 4 in. And they've had a nice run, certainly. Their net ranking is at 55. And Boise State and Leon Rice, who are at 17-4. You know, the thing about Boise State, they lost, and Utah State as well, they lost a lot of opportunities in the non-conference to, you know, build their resume with non-conference opponents. Boise State did get a nice win, a road win at BYU. And their record, their net ranking right now is at 37 and an 8th seed, according to Mike DeCourcy and his NCAA tournament model. He's also got San Diego State in, and just on the outside, Utah State and Colorado State. Or excuse me, he's got San Diego State and Boise State in. Utah State and Colorado State just outside. But a lot of other models have 3, some have 4 Mountain West teams in the tournament.
Yeah, this will be a tremendous win for Utah State, especially considering no one has come in this building this season and won a game. They're 10-0 at home.
It's a timeout on the floor right now. Armish has picked up foul number 3. And so 45-45, Utah State, Boise State. Leon Rice not real happy. Fresh off the laptop this Friday, Mike DeCourcy's tournament brackets. Boise State an 8 seed, San Diego State a 9 seed. And the first 4 out has got Colorado State and Utah State out, which tells you if Utah State wins this game, they're probably back in. And you've got Colorado State real close as well. The 4 teams on top of the Mountain West are really, really good. And I'll tell you a team that's going to be trouble at the tournament in Las Vegas is Nevada. They are a handful, and they are getting better, it seems like, with every week.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the conference standings. They got the teams that are at the top. You know, San Diego State's a mainstay in the NCAA tournament. Boise's obviously very talented, as well as Utah State. And so it's anybody's. I mean, it could go either way when it's all said and done.
Mladen Armish picked up his 3rd personal foul, and so now the spotlight is on Lucas Milner, and he's going to try to slow down Neemias Queta, who's got 18 points and 9 rebounds.
Milner's done a really good job in the last 2 games in helping them.
That's a 5-second call and a turnover, 45 apiece. Utah State, Boise State, and a lot of basketball left here tonight.
Yeah, that's great. When you got a guy with 6'9" with tremendous wingspan on the ball, it really helps from a defensive standpoint against OBs.
A little zone look by Utah State. Kijab's had a real nice second half, and falling away, he bangs one home. Boise State has a 2-point lead.
Kijab's really brought it in the second half. That's 10 points for him in the second half alone.
13 on the night. Alston's got 14 for Boise State. No other Aggie is in double figures after Queta's 18, but a lot of balanced scoring. Ashworth has had a good night assist-wise. Anderson clears some space, missed the shot, and a foul on Queta.
Milner does a great job. We talked about it before. He does a great job of blocking out. And right here, you see Kijab going to work in the second half. They really needed someone else to step up, and he's answered the call.
He's brought versatility and energy to Leon Rice's squad. Ray J. Dennis feeds Kijab. Alston. Good rotation. Dennis takes the 3 and hits it. How about Ray J. Dennis? 2 big threes at the end of Wednesday's game. He was in a 3-for-21 slump, and he's hit 2 threes here, and that's a big one. Queta backing in on Milner. Kicks. Ashworth 3. Got it.
And that's where it's tough right there. Ray J. Dennis went to double the post after Queta put it on the floor one time and couldn't get back. It should have been a rotation from another player to defend Ashworth for the 3.
This is Dennis, handoff Kijab. Milner rolled, Queta poked it loose. And a chance to tie or take the lead. Anthony driving. Anthony just gets it off the rim, and he'll get 2 free throws. That fouls on Alston. This is Dennis from the corner.
You see the bench getting excited for that Dennis knocking down that 3.
And that was his finish in the final 3.5 minutes against Utah State. And of course, Dennis last night, along with Shaver and Rice, all hit big shots down the stretch on Wednesday to get the win. Bean is back in. Anthony gets another free throw, and he can tie the game. Bean, offensive rebound, and a foul.
Coach Rice is not going to be happy about that call. Not to mention, you never want to give up an offensive rebound after a free throw.
Well, very few teams in the Mountain West get more offensive rebounds than Utah State. They have 10 of them already, and Bean is like Exhibit A in perseverance and hustle when it comes to offensive rebounding. There are coaches around the Mountain West when they're trying to get their players to rebound that will just pull out a video, and it's all Bean. And it's look at this is how you do it.
Well, you're talking about a young man that averaged a double-double last year. So he just has a nose for the ball. That's what that is.
Breaks the tie, 51-50. Dennis, such an inspirational story himself. Lucas Milner's played well tonight. He was open for a brief moment. Shaver drives. Keita now with a double-double with that rebound. He's at 18 and 10. Miller finds Keita. Jumper on the way. Yes. He's starting to get that mid-range game, which is scary.
Yeah, when he starts to hit shots like that, it's almost unfair.
Utah State, after a 9-0 run by Boise State, on an 8-0 run here. Keita got a hand on that, and another turnover. Ashworth a three. Dennis pushes. Ray J. Dennis floats it. Ray J. Dennis. He was born with a club foot. Didn't walk until he was almost 3. Doctor said, yeah, told the parents, yeah, I think he'll be able to walk. And the parents said he's going to do more than walk. And here he is, playing point guard in the Mountain West. That's a foul and a bucket. Keita from the wing. Neemias Queta stretches the lead, gets a free throw when we return. Millions of kids nationwide are without their normal access to sports and play due to COVID-19, and that's why Fox Sports and Good Sports are restoring play for kids and the programs that serve them through donations of brand new sports equipment. Text PLAY to the number on your screen and help keep these kids in the game. This has actually been an ongoing game throughout the night. These two in their Bronco outfits.
Yeah, both teams are really competing. You're looking at Keita with 11 minutes and 37 seconds left in this game. He looks like he's on his way to a new career high.
Missed the free throw. Last touched by Utah State. Again, Utah State, Boise State are NCAA tournament caliber teams. And they meet for the second time in 48 hours. Boise State won on Wednesday night. The back-to-back schedule can be tough on coaches and on teams. Sweeping is really hard in this format. Here's Ashworth up ahead. A lot of coaches in the conference have said it's kind of like the old five-game series in the NBA. Not a lot of time between games.
Well, the advantage is that you know who you're going to play, so the prep is all the same for the weekend.
Max Rice, 55-55.
And we talked about it, Rich. He makes big plays when he comes off that bench.
Keita throws it away. Acott fouled. Bean with the reach. It's going to be the third on Bean.
See Dutrieve, and you see Acott make the extra pass, and that's what makes Boise State really good, is that they're a very unselfish basketball team. You see Acott, he could have taken that shot. He made the extra pass for Rice, wide open for 3.
Max Rice, 5 points, hit a big 3 on Wednesday. Boise State's hit 10 of their last 11 from the field. Key jam against Ashworth. Here comes Keita, and he got Keita in the air, and it'll be his foul. It'll be his third, and there's 10:19 left in this ball game.
And right there for Keita, that's just a veteran play. Once he saw Keita leave, he saw Keita leave his feet, he knew he could get some body and draw that foul. Big time play.
Kijab, born in the Sudan, moved to Canada when he was 9, prep school in Napa, St. Catharines, Ontario, and then went to Oregon and is transferred here to Boise State.
And he's done a really good job here at Boise. He's the glue guy. He's the guy that does a little bit of everything on both ends on the floor for them.
Both Bean and Keita now with 3 fouls. Boise State up 2. Keita from Bean. He's fouled. Kijab got him. Fifth-team foul on Boise State. Shulga's open, and he missed it. Look at Bean. Look at Bean. That guy lives for offensive rebounds. Dutrieve. Milner sets a screen. That's a moving screen. You talk about fast twitch muscles. Watch the reactions of Bean.
Yeah, he jumped on one side. He came from one side of the lane to the other to go get that rebound, and that was an amazing play.
He's a guy that's becoming much more skilled as his college career evolves. The junior this year. Keita. He's got 22. Keita, he's got 24. And he's 12 of 17 from the field.
Yeah, you saw the defense look to
Rice.
Big.
Two-point game. Bean driving. Bean jumping. Keita rebounding. 11 for Keita. Keita. Nice pass. Bean denied. Dutrieve. Kijab. Acott in there with Rice. Dutrieve. This is Acott against Bean, who's got 3 fouls. Over him and scores. Tied again. 59-59.
Both teams battling, going back and forth.
Milner really leaning on Keita. He's fouled. He scores. And he's got a free throw coming.
Right here, you see Keita catch it in the post. He's waiting for that double team. Goes into that sky hook, a la Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And right here, you see Acott take advantage of his athleticism and length, getting that shot over the top. Keita catches deep, and one, going to the line.
26 tonight. Remember, 32 on Wednesday. But Utah State didn't win that game. There was not a lot of other scoring for the Aggies, and the Broncos won that game 79-70. He's not a bad free throw shooter. Drops that in. And Craig Smith and the Aggies on top by 3.
You see Coach Smith take him out of the game. He's probably going to go to the bench for a couple minutes, and then he's going to ride it out the last probably 6 minutes of the game to finish it up.
Good time to get him out right before the media timeout, the under 8 timeout. Alston's back in. Broncos have done okay without him, and Alston's fouled. Miller leaning on him.
And right there, you see the versatility of Derek Alston. He goes into the post. He gets fouled posting up. You can use him on the perimeter. You can use him in the post. You can use him anywhere on the court with his versatility.
Armish back in for Boise State. So is Shaver and Rice. Alston against Miller. Those are 2 long dudes. Nice give. Armish through. Fouled at the rim.
It's a great game we're seeing here. Utah State up 3, 62-59.
Utah State up by 3. Remember, they've won 2 consecutive Mountain West tournament championships. And remember, last year, it was the Sam Merrill jumper to beat San Diego State in the final seconds. Such a dramatic moment. Sam Merrill, of course, off to the NBA with the Bucks. And for Craig Smith, you know, a lot of coaches who have faced this team, and I think Smith will admit it as well, Utah State is a much more balanced team. Not that that's better or worse. Much more balanced without Merrill. More weapons and a healthy Queta.
Yeah, you know, Brock Miller has really stepped up to have a great season for them and give them more than what he gave them last year. But in the last 2 games, we're really starting to see Mish Queta really step up and be that go-to guy with 27 points tonight.
Armish hits a free throw. There's a really nice article in the Idaho Statesman. Rachel Roberts wrote it about Armish and how he turned down a pro deal for the ABA, which sounds great, right? But it was the Adriatic Basketball Association. There was a high school in Little Rock whose coach convinced him to come to the States and play basketball. He went to East Tennessee out of high school and then transferred in here, and he's really becoming a very nice post player.
He's a great post defender.
Anderson, soft left hand hook. That's nice. 64-60 Utah State. 7:27. This has been a fun game, a fun night in the Mountain West. 2 NCAA tournament teams, they feel. Armish, the catch, and he's fouled by Anthony.
You see Anderson right there. Give Acott a little bit of his own medicine. Backing him down, taking his time. The double doesn't come. Jump hook with the left hand over the top. It's a soft touch.
Anderson's a nice player. He had more time last year when Queta wasn't healthy, but he's experienced off the bench. Garfield High School in the Seattle area has been one of the great high schools that has produced a lot of college players. And Armish is back at the line. Free throw is good. Yeah, they're tall, right? I mean, Queta at 7 feet tall. We've seen Dorius. Karvowski is 7'2". It's the tallest team in college basketball.
It's so weird though when you watch Mish Queta play. He doesn't move like a 7-footer. He moves like a guard. He moves like a small forward. And so although he's 7 feet, he does not move like a guy that big.
2-point game. Queta's out. Anderson gets in. No whistle and a bucket, and that may be a flop warning, and it is. Acott doesn't like the call. The Broncos and Leon Rice doesn't like the call. And it feels like in college basketball, it's either a charge or a flop warning.
Yeah, I mean, Anderson put his shoulder down. You know, I can see where that could be a charge. The ref saw it another way.
Is it okay? It doesn't have to be an either or. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be either a charge or a flop warning. There's got to be some gray area in there.
Yeah, I saw it. I thought that, you know, Alfonso, he put the shoulder down pretty into his chest pretty hard.
Alston drives and finishes.
So smooth. You just watch the different ways that he scores. This is a big-time basketball player.
16 for Alston. Back to a 2-point game. Anderson likes that left hand. Gets in trouble. Goes with a hook, and he hits it from the baseline, almost from behind the backboard.
And I like the fact that Coach Smith is just going to keep going to him until he misses. That's 3 buckets in a row.
Alston answers. One-point game.
Starting to hear the crowd get involved, Rich.
That's fun to hear that and to feel it. I know there's only 900 of them in here, but everybody in college basketball, players, coaches, broadcasters, miss the fans. Anderson trying to get space. Boy, what a defensive sequence there, and that's a held ball, and the arrow's going Boise State's way. And Abu Kijab with a terrific job defensively.
Yeah, right here with Alston. You want to take away his jump shot, but he's so talented that he could still get to the rim and score. And then you see Alfonso Anderson get hot and hit 3 in a row. And then Mr. Alston answers with a 3. And the bench likes that a lot.
Alston has 19 to lead the Broncos. Keita back in. Leads Utah State with 27 and 11 rebounds. Armish, they're not guarding him. Keita obviously sagging in the lane. Ray J. Dennis has hit a couple of big threes tonight. Late in the clock, Alston starts. Alston heaves and misses. Kijab, he didn't hold the ball down and got the timeout. That's a smart play. Had he held the ball and then landed, it's probably a travel, but he caught the ball and sort of released it as he hit the deck, got the timeout. And Boise State will keep the possession 68-67 with 5:06 left. A quick timeout and then back to Boise. Snow in Boise. You expect that this time of year, and a great game here tonight in the Mountain West. Utah State and Boise State playing for NCAA seedings. Playing for seedings in the Mountain West tournament. Two of the top players in the West, Derek Alston Jr. and Neemias Queta, putting on a show here tonight. In a tight game, Boise State down a point with the ball. Abu Kijab has been really good in the second half, and he's short on that. Tipped. Armish kicks. And a fresh possession. Alston driving, got in the lane. He's bumped and fouled, and he's going to go to the line, though I think it's 1-1 and not 2.
That is such a tough matchup for Brock Miller to try to stop Alston.
It is 1-1. You know, look, a lot of people talk about Alston, and they talk about, yeah, he was 148 pounds and he had to walk on. And I think what that does is the physical maturation and development that he's had overshadows the mental maturation and the jump that he's taken in focus and in purpose, and that overshadows what he's done. I think he got a lot of that watching Chandler Hutchinson, who had the same type of development, who's now in the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to be the top guy on the scouting report night in and night out, and he's answered the call this season, and he's accepted the challenge.
Yeah, he's embraced that role, and he has really grown up as a player, and not just physically. Blocked. Armish got a hand on both of those shots, and Kijab has the loose ball. Broncos with the ball and a 1-point lead approaching 4 minutes. Armish to Alston.
And that is a big-time cut by Derek Alston. Armish does a great job delivering that pass for the two-hand jam.
Utah State could use a bucket here. A foul on Dennis. You gotta like it when the bigs can pass, White King Jones.
Yeah, this is a big-time pass, but it's also the way that he moved without the ball is great. Boise up 3 in a tough one.
All-time wins leader at Boise State is Leon Rice. He passed the great Bobby Dye, who's such a terrific coach. This was the record 214. Players love him. And with 2 NCAA tournaments, you know, last year he had the best scout team in all of college basketball. I mean, his scout team had Shaver, Dutrieve, Acott, Armish, half of the year Kijab. He said Max Rice would actually go over on that scout team a little bit. That scout team would have been seeded 4th or 5th in the Mountain West tournament last year, I think. But they're all here now.
And Rich, to your point, that is exactly why they're having the type of season that they're having this year. All those guys are eligible, and all those guys are contributing in a tremendous way this season.
On the other side, Utah State looking for a split. Ashworth with the Aggies down 3. Bean. This is Anthony. Keita trying to get the basketball. He's having a big night tonight. 27 gets in the lane. 1 second, got it off. I think. No, they're going to call that a shot clock violation.
I don't know about that, Rich. I felt like he got it off in time. When you look at the replay.
Well, he missed the shot. Boise State the possession and the lead. You know, Armish quietly is creeping up on a double-double. 9 points, 8 rebounds.
And he's doing a really good job distributing the basketball as well with 3 assists that have all led to big baskets.
Boy, those are 2 guys locked up. The Mountain West has terrific forwards. You think about the 2 in this game, Alston and Bean. You think about Matt Mitchell from San Diego State, David Roddy from Colorado State. That's a premier position in this conference this year.
Bryce Hamilton at UNLV.
Kadick. Ashworth feeds. Kada's fouled. Armish with the reach. That's his 4th.
And with 3 minutes to go, they can't afford for Armish to foul out. He's done a tremendous job tonight from a defensive standpoint as well as offensive rebounding and doing a great job of passing the ball as well.
8th team foul. This is 1 and 1. Keita 63%. Bangs home the first. Remember down the stretch on Wednesday, Boise State, and this is Craig Smith talking, Boise State made the plays. And he gave them credit for making big plays. The steal by Shaver, the 3 by Rice, Dennis's late 3s. Rebound, Bean, Miller, missed it. Another rebound, Anthony, Keita, ball fake, dunk, and Utah State. Just like that.
And those are the plays right there that it keeps Coach Rice up at night. When you give up an offensive rebound on a free throw again, that leads to a dunk.
71, 2.5 left. Alston around a screen. He's doubled. Kick. Dennis. Ray J's in deep. Alston. Armish steps through. Left hand. Oh, goodness. The skills of that guy. He's got 11 to go with 8 rebounds. Anthony is fouled. Alston with the reach. 2nd on Alston.
You're right here on the roll. You see Armish kind of wasn't expecting, and he knew he had to get that up with that left hand or else Keita would have blocked it. And to finish over the 7-footer with the left hand with touch is very impressive.
Well, that academy coach who went and recruited him, Armish from Serbia, knew what he was doing.
Yeah, no, I've seen his development over the course of the season. In the beginning of the season, he was more of just a defender, not much of a scorer, but as of late, he's been doing a really good job getting buckets as well.
Anthony missed his first, nails his second. 1-point game, 2 minutes left. Boise State's looking for a sweep. A late surge gave them a win on Wednesday. Utah State's looking for a split and a quad 1 win here. Boise State has to go play San Diego State twice next week. Dennis around a screen. Armish muscles it up and in. Goodness, over Keita. Three-point game. Keita begging for the ball. Double comes. Bean lost it. Out of bounds. That is a foul. on Anthony, and that's not good news there. That's Abu Kijab, who is down and holding his left knee, but now up on his feet, and that's good to see.
It is very good to see. It's just a ding, hopefully.
Let's see if he just banged it. Yeah, it looked like that. Anthony came in. How about Mladen Armish?
If Boise State can get this win tonight, he's got to go home with the team ball. You see right here, I mean, in traffic against two great defenders, finishes with the left hand with touch. Very impressive.
Kijab, 1-1. Boise State on Wednesday was terrific from the line. They were 15 of 17. That's one of the big differences in the game. And they're having a good night at the line tonight.
And right there you see Kijab with 14 points in the second half alone. He really came out of the locker room ready to play, ready to help them get a win.
Broncos 12 of 14 from the line tonight. The lead is 5. Utah State needs a bucket. Anthony misses. Bean couldn't extract the rebound. A minute left. And a foul on Ashworth. Dennis goes to the line. A reminder of how important this game is. Boise State won on Wednesday to put themselves atop the conference. If they can beat Utah State here, they still have to go down to San Diego State for 2 next week, and that's not an easy place to get wins.
That is not an easy place. You know, if they can get this win, if they can go to San Diego State and get a split, they're going to be in really good position to continue their run to the NCAA.
And remember this about Utah State. They're home, but they're playing Nevada, who is a rapidly improving team who can beat you on any night in this conference.
Absolutely.
Especially with their guards if they get hot. This is a 6-point lead. A minute left. Ashworth. Miller, a 3. Oh, that's a big shot.
Huge shot.
He is such a clutch 3-point shooter. When they need it the most, he's at his best. And he buries that 3 and cuts the lead in half.
That's a huge 3 that makes this a one-possession game. Now they have to go back down on the other end and try to get a stop.
And of course, you know that others in the Mountain West are paying interest in this one. San Diego State certainly, Colorado State certainly.
Oh, this game has so many important ramifications as far as how this league is going to finish up. If I'm Coach Smith, maybe I come out in the zone, maybe I come out in a 1-3-1, something to disrupt what Boise State is drawing up, what Coach Rice is drawing up right now, expecting them to come out in a man-to-man.
You see Craig Smith there, something to remember. Look at the Utah State on the score bar there and look below it. No timeouts left for Utah State. Nemish Keita's had quite a night. He's got 30 tonight to go with 11 rebounds. He had 32 on Wednesday.
He's having a great weekend. I know he wants to finish this game with a win, though.
And that's the thing. He had 32 Wednesday. He's got 30 tonight. They didn't win on Wednesday, and they're down with 46 seconds left here tonight.
It'll be interesting to see what defense.
Well, if you're looking for somebody,
Utah State is in.
If you're looking for somebody to foul down the stretch, Armish is of the 5 on the floor, is the worst of the free throw shooters. I'd be surprised if he touches it a lot. Alston is terrific from the line, 85%. But obviously, Utah State's going to defend the possession. Shaver. Driving, Shaver, rising. No! Bean has the rebound. Utah State has a shot here. Down 3. Anthony pushes. Miller in the corner. Thought about a 3. Around the screen. Kickback. Ashworth. 3 on the way. No! Rebound to Armish. Kejab is fouled. 11 seconds left.
Ashworth with a pretty good look, and who do you see come up with that rebound? Armish, and he did a great job of getting rid of it right away, knowing that he was going to be the one to get fouled.
Boise State did a nice job of finding Brock Miller and denying him that 3.
Kejab can make it a 2-possession game here.
He shoots 2.
Huge second half for Kejab.
14 of 17 are the Broncos from the line. And Kejab is a perfect 5 of 5. And a timeout. Leon Rice burns a timeout. 11 seconds left. Boise State by 5.
If I'm Coach Rice, I'm going to pick them up full court and try to make them burn as much clock as I can to finish this up before they get a look at the rim.
Once Utah State gets into front court, how do you defend that? Do you just,
well, I think
you don't want to foul, obviously.
No, you don't want to foul. He's probably going to put a lineup out there that can switch 1 through 5. Lineup that they've used before with Acott at the 5. Probably take Armish out of the game and just look to switch 1 through 5.
And if you're Utah State, do you hunt the 3 right away? If you get a lane, do you drive and take the 2? What do you do?
I think you try to you look for the 3 just to cut it to 2. But more than likely, they'll probably look to get Keita a bucket right away and then look to foul right away.
Terrific nights for Boise State up and down. Armish is a rebound shy of a double-double. And Derek Alston at 23 points. Again, another super night from him. He is certainly a Player of the Year candidate in the Mountain West.
Yeah, I mean, at times in this game, you felt like he was having an off night, and then all of a sudden you look up and he's still got 23 points. Yeah, like I said, Boise's gonna pick up full court, try to make Utah State use as much clock as possible, and Utah's probably gonna go to Brock Miller and try to get him open for a look.
Up ahead to Keita, looking for 3-point shooters. Ashworth dumps to Keita. Shulga lays it up, but with 2 seconds left, it's over. Almost 1 second left, and Ray J. Dennis is going to go to the line and shoot 2 free throws. If he makes 1, then you're pretty much in business if you're Boise State. And this is huge for Boise State to beat Utah State twice.
And to go undefeated at home, 11-0 at home, is very impressive.
Yeah, he missed there. Remember, no timeout for Utah State. So if it's a miss, it's a rebound and a heave. He got it. 4-point lead. Big time win. Boise State sweeps Utah State on Wednesday night and tonight. Derek Alston, Mladen Armish, Abu Kejab. This was a fun night, partner, and I think it's what we're going to see the next 2 weeks in the Mountain West, especially in the tournament.
Yeah, we expected a great game, and we got a great game from these two programs. Really, really deep and talented and very well coached.
And Amish Keita leaves. You saw Leon Rice catch Keita before he left. 30 points, 11 rebounds for Keita. And here's the updated standings. Boise State at 14-3. Remember, though, they go to San Diego State for 2 next week. Utah State will try to get well at home against Nevada. But this sweep feels awful good for the Broncos. For Viking Jones, our entire FS1 crew, I'm Rich Waltz. Boise State sweeps. Big night in the Mountain West for the Broncos. Good night from Boise.